Hi there, I'm Andre from Peak Motorcycles and I'm here at EICMA 2024 and I'm at the slightly loud Ducati stand. They seem to have a lot of things here and it's really well lit, which is really helpful for filming. They still have a few bikes with covers on, but they're almost all super sports. So I know that's not really my audience, and they do have the new V4s out on display anyway. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to show you the stand. It's the first thing on Tuesday morning. So I'm just going to show you what they have here, because I think there's more than enough, even if I don't have the bikes that are undercover. So I should probably start with the Panigale V4S, as it's here. I mean, these things are absolute weapons on the road. I just love the engineering that goes into these. I don't have one. I'll be honest, it's unlikely I'm ever going to own one, just because I don't really have anywhere to use it, and you know, I'm getting old. But I do think they are incredible works of machinery. Coming down this side we have all the Supermotards. So here we have the 698 Mono RVE, which was first shown last year. I never actually got to ride one, which is a shame, and I can see this one's got all of the Ducati bling on it, like those anodized reservoirs at the top. But I think it's the most powerful single they've ever made, and it really is quite a work of art. Again, I just love Ducatis for this. Their attention to detail, you know, how they can take something like a Supermotard and just absolutely turn it up to 11. And I also love it in that sort of black, red and white. Coming down the line we have another one in red, the same bike, 698 Mono. And for those people that just need a little bit more, we also have the HyperMotard 950. Again, it's basically a big old engine inside that trellis frame. You know, the shock mounted on the outside. And yeah, I just love them. I think those are great. Next up, we have the Diavel V4 Gran Turismo. Now, I rode the old Diavel in Florida down to Key West. I'm not really one for cruisers, and I suppose it isn't really a cruiser. But I do love them like this, and just again, the details like this, that sort of four exhaust on the V4 really is something special. If you'll excuse me, I'm just going to whiz through the next few. So here we have a Monster SP, and you can see it's like the standard Monster, just with lots of extra bling on it, like that Öhlins shock in there. If I come around this side, they've got that double Termi exhaust with the carbon fibre end caps. Yeah, just a really, really tidy bike. Okay, so now maybe this is a bit more what people are interested in. Here we have the DesertX 4 Rally, which is the DesertX with a lot of rally extras on it. Now, I haven't seen one of these up close for a while, but I think that is the extra rear fuel tank we see on the back there. Oh yeah, there we go, with the fuel filler coming up and over the bike. It's got that Öhlins steering damper, a very compact dash that's very clear. A nice place for a nav bar up there. Coming down the side, it's got the hand guards on it. It's got the big side crash bars that go all the way down, and the bash guard underneath. KYB suspension. It's got sort of semi-knobbly tyres, that high front mud guard, the extra protection for the headlamp, and the spotlights. So yeah, really nice bikes. Beside it, we have their standard DesertX. So as you can see, it just looks a little bit more compact. This one still has the crash bars and the knobblies. Doesn't have the big tanks on the back, but it does have the luggage. And even coming up the front, it still has the steering damper. It's just not the nice Öhlins one, and I think the screen is slightly smaller. Now then, do we still count Multistradas as adventure bikes, or are they really sports tourers? This is the V4 RS, which I think is the one that has the Panigale engine in it. So yeah, it looks like an adventure bike. But when you look at those Brembo monoblock calipers, it's got the Akrapovic exhaust on there, and yeah, that big Ducati V4 in the middle. Yeah, just really, really nice bikes. And here we have the Multistrada V4 Rally. So again, very similar, just not quite turned up to 11. It's still got that big V4 Gran Turismo inside there. This one has all the Ducati luggage on it. The rear boxes, which are nicely shaped, follow the lines of the bike. The top box as well. Now, someone had posted in one of the videos asking me about the Desmo450 MX motocross bike from Ducati, and here it is. I don't know a great deal about it to actually be able to talk through all the details, but what I can do is give you hopefully a close-up look in what might even be glorious 4K, so you can just see some of the detail that's on this bike, you know, in particular around that 450 single in there. Now, this one's already got a few scuffs on the engine case, on the engine cover, so I'm guessing it's seen a bit of action. But yeah, just really, really nicely finished. You know, just the quality of the welding and everything on that bike. It's just, yeah, a work of art. Love it. Now, if you look at the panniers from this side, you can see that they do kind of taper forward, which really just suits the bike. I know all the standard ones you get from other manufacturers are probably just boxes, which might be more practical, but hey, you're not necessarily buying these things for practicality when they look this good. Just coming up and over, give you a look at that big old dash. Everyone seems to have a big TFT, it might be OLED on here. What I suppose it is missing is somewhere high up to put a nav, but then again, I'm sure you can run that through the dash. Almost the last thing I want to show you from the stand is the scramblers they have on show. So they have 4 of these here. I think they've got a mixture of the 800 and the 110, and then they have a few sports bikes. So anyway, so here is the Icon, the base one. I have one of the earlier versions of this, and I just love it. I mean, it's super simple. It is still a Ducati. Mine doesn't have this nice new dash on it, which looks very tidy, but otherwise they're just, yeah, super simple, and I love them. And here is the full throttle, and that rather nice golden black. A few extras. I think it has a lower bar, the handlebars. On the original full throttle, I think it was even like a flat bar. But yeah, that is kind of cool. It's got that flatter seat, doesn't have the ribs of the other one. And coming around the back end with those indicators, yeah, the rear mudguard is never that attractive, but hey, they need to have them on. The next one I want to show you is the Icon Dark. So this one again has the high handlebars like the Icon. They're swept back quite a long way, and just everything is black. It's just black all over the bike. So wow, time passes quickly. The Scrambler has actually been out now for 10 years. So this is the Scrambler Ducati 10th Anniversary Rizoma Edition, which is certainly interesting, you know, with that black and white tank, and then all this sort of rose gold Rizoma covers, you know, highlighting the shape of the V-twin. You know, even those, yeah, the inserts in the foot pedals. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I suppose they could have put a Turbo exhaust on it, but those wheels are pretty awesome as well. They're quite different to what's on the others with the spokes. And even from the front, it has that sort of rose gold, almost pink little wind deflector. Yeah, it's certainly something a little bit different. Oh, and if you have one, you can get your very own spacesuit and matching Ducati Rizoma helmet. And just to finish up, they have one of the MotoGP bikes here. I mean, I know they're motorcycles, but frankly, just to see the level of detail and the engineering on here, it is very much unlike anything you would see on the road. It's carbon fiber on it everywhere, you know, every possible little detail that could get just an extra fraction of power or speed or cornering ability out of it is on there. I think this is Pecco Bagnaia's bike. And yeah, I just love it. Again, not something I'm ever going to ride. I generally only see them from a distance if I go to a MotoGP and they go flying past. But just to see the level of detail that's on there, and all that engineering, all those extra little widgets that have been put on, and all the way up to the wings on the back. I mean, yeah, that's just awesome. Coming down this side, you can see the heat shield that's in there. That, frankly, awesome carbon fiber swing arm. I've got the rear sets in there. Yeah, don't know what else to tell you really. You know, there's just so many extra controls, buttons and widgets that are on this bike. Even just seeing just how far down the forks those clip-ons are attached. And last but by no means least, giving you one last look at the other side of that front fork with those carbon ceramic discs. So there you have it. That is my very quick look around the Ducati stand here at EICMA 2024. I know I couldn't show you absolutely everything, but it's a pretty big stand. Hopefully there's enough details in there to be interesting. So thanks very much for watching, and maybe I'll see you on the next one.